YouTube, what's going on? It's your guy, Professor Smell Good, and we back, baby. All right, you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing to the channel. Thank you guys for the shares, the likes, all of that good stuff. All right, so and the moment that you guys actually been waiting for, man, which is that new dream scent that you guys been waiting on. You guys been asking me about. Guess what it's called? Trip to Al-Andulus. Trip to Al-Andulus. A trip to Al-Andulus. If you don't know what Al-Andulus is that country that is now called Spain. It wasn't always, it was called Al-Andulus back in the day. Alright, if you haven't done your research on Al-Andulus, trust me, you need to do your research on Al-Andulus in order to understand the importance of this scent. And not only that, but why I actually call this scent Al-Andulus. Alright? So do your research on it. But of course, buy it first. Buy it first. And we're going to get into that. Alright, so with that being said, man, let's first and foremost, let's look at this scent, man. Let's just look at it, man. It's dark, man. It's really, really dark. You can't even see through the bottle, man. Even if you're trying to look inside the bottle from the top, you still cannot even see the bottom. It's that dark. Even if you try to look from the small bottle, you still can't see through it. It's a very, very dark brown scent, okay? All right, so first and foremost, let me explain the reason why I call this specific scent Al-Andulus. I call this scent Al-Andulus because when I had the dream about it, how to make this scent, right? When I had the dream about it, and I remember smelling it in the dream. When I woke up from the dream, the first thing that it reminded me of is Al-Andulus. That's exactly what it reminded me of, Al-Andulus. Now, of course, I've never been to Spain before, and obviously I wasn't living during the time of Al-Andulus, so I wouldn't know what that environment smelled like. But for some reason, just for some odd reason, it just reminded me of Al-Andulus. It reminded me as if I took a trip to Al-Andulus. Now, it gets deeper. As you will hear further in the story, it gets deeper, right? Which will connect the dots, the reason why the name Al-Andulus is so relevant to this scent. Alright, so before I do that, let's get into the notes of this scent, man. This scent. This scent this fragrance, man, really describes, the notes of this scent really describes the history of Al-Andulus to the T. Rich history, powerful, full of luxury, a balance of earth and the skies, sweet notes. The sweet notes in this fragrance is very disguised. Okay, it's like you almost cannot even smell the sweet notes. All right. The earthy notes overpower everything, but the thing is about the earthy notes. The earthy notes, when you smell it from the top, from the outer, the earthy notes overpower everything. Okay? But when you put this fragrance on, you don't smell anything of it. Let me say that again, because you guys probably didn't catch that. When you smell it from the outer, when you smell it directly from the bottom, when you take that top off and you smell it, it's a very, very strong, earthy, disguised sweet notes, right? Very strong. When I mean very strong, is in that range of Kush, okay? Somali Rose, Jannat al-Mawa, okay? Let me see. Frankincense and myrrh. Now, obviously, these are scents that if you put Kush on, if you smell Kush, is not only is it strong, but when you put it on, it's also strong. Somali Rose the same way. It smells strong from the bottom, but when you put it on, it's very strong. Frankincense and myrrh is definitely like that. Patchouli is definitely like that. Patchouli, you smell it, it's strong. You put it on, it's strong. Jannat al-Mawa the same way. But this one is very interesting, man. It's very interesting because it's very strong like those, in the category of those. It's very strong, but when you put it on, it's it's more subtle than Egyptian musk. Now, of course, when you first put it on, the potency just doesn't go away right away. When you put it on, instantly you will see that the potency will start to get more subtle and subtle and subtle and subtle and subtle until it completely disappear according to what you think your nose can't smell. Okay? But it's still there. How do I know that? When I put this on, I put it on, and it smells really, really strong, man, from the bottle. It smells really strong from the bottle. And what's up, son? Smell it. Smell it. Yeah, the food is cooking. Smell it. Don't drop it. Smell it. Here. Hold it. Hold it. Smell it. I didn't say drink it. I said smell it.
It smells good.
It smells good? Is it strong?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye. All right. So, but when I put it on, I mean, the potency decreased right away. Not. It doesn't mean that it's a weak fragrance. No. Because this fragrance here, it took me 2 months to make. I used top-notch quality to make this right here. Top-notch quality to make this. Okay? But when I put it on, the potency start to fade instantly. From 100% down to 50%. Within 2 hours later, the fragrance completely disappeared. Okay? As if I didn't even put it on. And it's crazy because I'm smelling whiffs of it right now. And when I smell my wrist, I barely smell it on me. So in other words, let me explain what I'm really trying to say. What I'm really saying is, this is the only fragrance that I have ever made that has the ability to be very potent, like Kush, frankincense and myrrh, Jannat al-Mawa, Black Stone, Medina Musk, right? Mecca Musk. Be strong, but all of those fragrances, they're strong when you smell it from the top, but they're just as strong when you put it on. This is the only fragrance that I've ever made in my life. I didn't even know that it was possible to make a fragrance like this. That is really, really, really strong, but when you put it on your skin, it's even more subtle than Egyptian musk. But guess what? I didn't make the scent. My dream gave it to me. My passion gave it to me. You see? Now I see why. Now I see why this fragrance is let me see what I'm trying to say. Now I see why the dream was giving me directions to make this scent the way it was. Because I was like, wow. In the dream, I'm like, wow, that looked like that wouldn't smell too good. What is the importance of mixing those together? Taking those scents and blending those scents together. Taking those essential oils and blending those together. What's the purpose of that? That don't seem like that would smell too good. But guess what? The dream knew something that I did not even know. And here it is. Here it is. Like when I smelled it from the dream, and that's another thing. How this fragrance smelled in the dream is smelled exactly the same way it smelled in the dream. But in the dream, I didn't get a chance to put it on. When I put it on now I see the relevance and now I see the importance of this dream. And it explains perfectly the history of Al-Andulus. And now it makes sense. Shh, 1 second. Now it makes sense the reason why I named this scent Al-Andulus. Okay? Ismail, get out the camera. Now it makes sense the reason why I call this scent Al-Andulus. Because you know what happened to Al-Andulus? Al-Andulus was a country that was rich, full of history, luxury, empowerment, knowledge. Taking their country from poverty to full of resources until eventually what happened? They lost everything because they became attached to this worldly life. They became attached to luxury. They became attached to money. They became attached to, I mean, you know, to put it all in a nutshell, this worldly life, man. They wanted to follow their desires. And what happened? They became humiliated, and guess what? They lost everything. So everything that existed before is no longer there, except for what? The history. This is what this fragrance is all about. It's strong. It's very, very strong from the outer. But when you put it on, it gets even subtle, even subtle, even subtle, just like Al-Andulus, even subtle, until it completely disappears, right? And you smell nothing from it, or in translation, Al-Andulus, you see nothing from it except the history. Translation back to this fragrance, you smell nothing from it except for what? Except for the subtle notes, right? And that doesn't mean that it's a weak fragrance, right? I'm just using some analogy here to let you know the reason why I call this fragrance Al-Andulus. This fragrance, I love it, man. I love this fragrance, man. And to be honest, when I first made this scent, and the way I smelled it in the dream, and when I made it and it smelled exactly the same way, I was blown away. And not only that, but I was like, man, there's no way that this fragrance will sell, you know, would be of some importance because it's too strong. I was like, this fragrance is too strong, man. People are not going to gravitate to this. But guess what? It is subtle, man. I put it on twice, and I got the same exact experience, man. Same exact experience, man. It just a strong scent, and then it just became very subtle. Subtle as if you never put the fragrance on to begin with. So what you got, Professor Smell Good? Listen, if you want to this now, let's get into the prices, right? This one here, this bottle here. All right, these are 3 mLs, okay? Okay, this fragrance here, I mean this specific size here, this one here, the regular price is $20, okay? But I got them on sale for $10, okay? $10 from now all the way up until tomorrow, up until 9 p.m. Wednesday to 9 p.m. After 9 p.m., it goes back to regular price, which is $20, okay? This fragrance, man, is going to sell. I got a feeling that this fragrance is going to sell out tomorrow. All right, so if you want to order this fragrance, man, if you want to order an Andalus, this is a unisex scent. All right, please email me, sunnaharoma@gmail.com, sunnaharoma@gmail.com. Email me, and I'll let you know what you need to do to get this fragrance. It's $20 plus shipping. So if you got Professor Smell Good, listen, thank you guys for watching, man, and this is the scent you guys been waiting for, man. My dream scent, Al-Andulus. Thank you.